Ever thought about ditching the veggies and going full-on carnivore for weight loss? Yeah, you heard it right. We're talking about the carnivore diet. Imagine a world where your plate is filled with nothing but the sizzle of steaks, the crunch of bacon, and the tenderness of roast chicken. Sounds like a meat lover's dream, right? But wait, is this just another diet fad? Or is there some real meat to this idea? Can feasting on flesh actually help you shed those pesky pounds? Or are we just being led down a beefy path to nowhere? The carnivore diet, as you might have guessed, is all about consuming animal products. Yeah, no fruits, no veggies, just meat, fish, eggs, and the like. Intriguing, isn't it? But the question remains, does this diet really have the chops for weight loss? Well, let's sink our teeth into the meat of the matter, shall we? So you're thinking, can feasting on steak really help me lose weight? Let's chew on that for a bit. Firstly, the carnivore diet is high in protein. Protein is a heavyweight in the world of weight loss. It's like the bouncer of the food group club, making you feel full and satisfied so you're less likely to raid the fridge later. This can lead to reduced overall calorie intake, and when calories outnumber calories in, the scale tends to tip in your favor. Next on the menu, the carnivore eliminates processed foods. Now we all know that processed foods can be a bit like that one friend who always overstays their welcome at parties. They're often high in calories, low in nutrients, and can lead to weight gain. So, by cutting out these party crashers, you're potentially reducing your calorie intake even further. Finally, let's talk about ketosis. Sounds a bit like a magical kingdom, doesn't it? Well, in the realm of weight loss, it kind of is. When you're on a low-carb, high-fat diet like the carnivore diet, your body can enter a state of ketosis where it starts burning fat for energy instead of carbs. It's like your body becomes its own little fat-burning machine. And there's always a but, isn't there? It's important to note that while these mechanisms may sound promising, they're not a one-size-fits-all solution. Everyone is unique, and what works for one person might not work for another. Plus, it's not just about losing weight, it's about doing it in a way that's healthy and sustainable. So while the carnivore diet might have you dreaming of sizzling steaks and weight loss wins, don't let the aroma cloud your judgment, because, as we'll discuss next, there's more to consider when it comes to this meat-centric diet. But before you start grilling up a storm, there's more to this meaty tale. If you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more diet insights. Now hold on to your T-bones, we're about to carve into the evidence, or lack thereof, behind this carnivorous diet. You see, when we talk about research on the carnivore diet for weight loss, we're stepping into a bit of a scientific wilderness. The first limitation is the lack of long-term studies. While some folks rave about their initial weight loss, we're missing the bigger picture. How does this diet impact our health and weight in the long run? No one wants to be a flash in the pan, right? Then, there's the issue of isolating the diet's impact. We're all unique with our own lifestyle habits, genetic makeup, and activity levels. These individual differences can muddy the waters when trying to pinpoint the exact role of a carnivore diet in weight loss. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, or in this case, a steak in a cattle farm. Finally, let's chew on the fact that this diet is quite restrictive. Imagine a world where your food choices are limited to the meat section of your local grocery store. No fruits, no veggies, no grains, no sweets. Sounds like a bit of a culinary desert, doesn't it? Many people find it challenging to stick to such a diet in the long term. It's like being at a party where the only dance move allowed is the Macarena. Fun for a while, but it gets old pretty quickly. So, while the carnivore diet might initially tip the scales in your favor, keep in mind these limitations. The research is scant, the diet's impact is hard to isolate, and it requires a level of commitment that would make even a dedicated meat lover pause. It's not all sizzling steaks and weight loss wins. There's a lot to consider before jumping on the carnivore diet bandwagon. As always, the key is to find a balance that works for you, your lifestyle, and most importantly, your health. Sure, you might lose weight, but at what cost? Let's talk side dishes, or the lack thereof. Now, we all love a good steak, but even the most carnivorous among us might start missing the crunch of a fresh salad, or the sweet tang of a ripe apple. The carnivore diet, by its very nature, eliminates these options. And with them, you're also saying goodbye to a host of essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber that fruits, vegetables, and whole grains provide. It's like throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Except here the baby is broccoli and the bathwater is, well, also broccoli. While we're on the subject of what you're missing, let's talk about your heart. No, not the one you wear on your sleeve, the one that's pumping life through your veins. The carnivore diet, with its high intake of saturated fats, could potentially increase the risk of heart disease. So while your waistline might be shrinking, your arteries could be clogging. It's a bit like winning the lottery and then realizing you've lost the ticket. And since we're delving into unpleasant territory, let's not forget the potential for digestive issues. A diet devoid of fiber is a bit like a highway with no lanes. Things might move, but it won't be smooth sailing. Constipation can become a regular companion. And let's be honest, it's not the kind of friend you want hanging around. Lastly, let's talk about sustainability. Not the climate change kind, although that's important too, but the can I actually keep this up kind? The carnivore diet is restrictive, and many find it hard to stick to in the long term. It's like trying to run a marathon in high heels. Sure, you might make it a few miles, but eventually you're going to want to trade them in for some comfortable sneakers. In the end, it's all about balance. The carnivore diet might help you lose weight, but it's important to consider the potential costs. Like any diet, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and should be approached with caution. Let's face it, a diet without a side of fries? Is that a life you want? But what if I told you there's a world beyond the butcher's counter? A world where a balanced and varied diet could be the key to sustainable weight loss. Let's dive into the delicious details. Imagine a buffet of benefits, not just from succulent steaks and juicy chicken, but also from vibrant veggies, fantastic fruits, and glorious grains. Each of these foods brings its own unique set of nutrients to your plate, creating a symphony of sustenance that keeps your body humming along. A diet that's varied and balanced doesn't just help you shed pounds, it's like a multivitamin in meal form, giving your body a wider range of essential nutrients for optimal health. You get your proteins, sure, but also your vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber, each playing a different role in supporting your overall health. Moreover, it's more sustainable. A diet that includes a variety of foods is like a rainbow. It's colorful, appealing, and fun. It gives you the freedom to explore, experiment, and enjoy different flavors and textures. And let's face it, who doesn't like a bit of culinary adventure now and then? Don't get me wrong, proteins still have their place on this plate. Lean proteins can be part of a healthy eating approach. They fill you up, keep you satisfied, and help build and repair body tissues. It's just that they're sharing the spotlight with other food groups, rather than hogging the whole stage. So when you're weighing your options, remember, it's not just about weight loss. It's about your overall health, your long-term habits, and your enjoyment of food. It's about finding a balance that works for you, one that's sustainable, nourishing, and yes, tasty. So it's not just about the meat, it's about the whole meal deal. So, to meat or not to meat? That is the question. The carnivore diet certainly stakes its claim as a potential weight loss strategy. Its high protein content can keep hunger at bay, and eliminating processed foods and sugary drinks can indeed help cut calories. But remember the flip side of the coin. This diet has a restrictive nature, and the potential nutrient deficiencies and health risks shouldn't be taken lightly. Before you start dreaming of a world made of steak, it's crucial to consult a healthcare professional. They can guide you on a personalized weight loss strategy that is sustainable and prioritizes your overall health. The diet may be one path to weight loss, but it's not the only path. There's a whole menu of diets out there, and the key is finding what works best for you. Remember, when it comes to dieting, it's not a one-size-fits-all. So find what works for you, even if it doesn't come with a side of bacon. Before you go, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support helps us create more informative videos. Thank you.